Lieutenant N, the man whose efforts go unnoticed, the man whose qualities are often overlooked, but nonetheless, the man who is the right hand of General Rishin of the Heishin unit, and for good reason. Now, I'm not going to go out and say that people hate him, because they don't, but I do think that this is one of Hara's greatest written characters, and a lot of people don't know how awesome N really is. He is far from flashy. He's most definitely not an Allen Iverson or Kyrie Irving. If anything, he's the opposite. He's a Steven Adams. He does his job and doesn't care for acknowledgement, but is crucial to the team nonetheless. If you really take the time to go back and focus on N's character development, you'll actually come to see that he is pretty badass and very deserving of being Shin's right-hand man. But before we continue, make sure to subscribe for new Kingdom videos every week. To begin with, let's travel back to the beginning. With how far into the story we are, we might have forgotten that N, when he first met Shin, was a simple family man playing with his kids. His job was just to act as a humble messenger between Shin and the guys at the royal palace. And before you know it, N's life started changing, and changing fast. Really fast. It went from Shin asking him to go to Oki's city, which was forbidden, to eventually cracking and actually going, to then actually accompanying Shin during his training. For me, it seemed at first that N was just going to be comic relief, like Shin's Brook from One Piece. But boy was I wrong. This is the first thing that is overlooked. N training with Shin meant that he also learnt the strength of unity and the difficulty of leadership, as we see later on. So now N is effectively an above average soldier, but maybe more, possessing the invaluable ability of being able to lead and lead successfully. Moving on, we now focus on Bio, N's first showing of his underrated prowess. It was him that was able to keep a level head and remember the important details that Oki hinted at, and was then able to come up with a strategy that ended up working, and at the same time was able to provide security to the shaken and newly formed Heishin unit. Impressive. Not only that, N later on is able to maintain morale and formation, and more than that, rouse the Heishin unit to fight on strong. Furthermore, in the midst of fighting, N is still focused solely on his mission, and suggests another tactic, to split the unit and prevent a battle of attrition. And better yet, he is more than willing to remain behind despite facing what could be death. There might be no one else in the story that harbors such a heavy sense of responsibility and invites it fearlessly. Building off that last point, it actually brings us perfectly to the Kokyo Hills. Whilst two groups were sent to advance over the shallow waters, only one group was sent to the rapid waters, led by none other than Lieutenant N. The path to victory lies with this third strike force, but water being so deep and the current so strong, it is essentially asking for death. But not to our boy N, he said it perfectly. While our comrades are bleeding and dying out upstream, how could we be scared of mere water, of a mere river? We shall be the Heishin unit's bridge. I am moved. An important point was brought up at the time. Gara questioned why N was selected. Probably the same opinion as most fans. There are so many other people stronger and smarter than him. Even N doubted himself. But the big man himself, General Rishin, said to hell with your opinion. Fans and Garo, he is the man I trust the most to get it done. When responsibility is highest, when stakes are highest. This is the most average but responsible, loyal man in all of manga. And this is his time to shine. And so, N clenches his teeth and advances forward without any hesitation for the sake of his mission. His sense of responsibility is unmatched, but not only that, N gets it done. He isn't a fraud, he isn't all talk. This man keeps going until the job is finished. All in all, there might be no other character in Kingdom or manga at that quite like N. N truly is one unique character, the heart of the Heishin unit. And I think this guy said it best. It is precisely because N is so average, but regardless continues to stand at the front and face death in the eye and lead by example, that so-called miracles happen. Thus, N is the most average man in manga, but freaking badass. Anyway, like always, this is food for thought. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Is N your GOAT? Maybe your favorite? Did you enjoy this video? Check out my other videos. Be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to stay updated on my latest videos. I appreciate you guys.